Hello? Hello, Saanvi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Saanvi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, Saanvi. So let's start the session. But before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Rakhi. Yeah. And I'm going to be your science mentor in this particular demo session. Fine. I hope you are doing good, right?
Yes.
Okay, Saanvi. I think we are having only half an hour, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to discuss about the chapter AO, right?
Okay.
Kindly let me know if my screen is visible to you. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, so let's proceed. So, Sanvi, what do you mean by the term air? What, according to you, is air?
Um uh, we um we breathe with air, and there's also another form of air which is called wind, and moving air is called wind.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Good to know that you know something about that. See, that is the function of air. That the thing you have mentioned that we breathe using air. Of course, that is a super correct thing. But that is the property function of air, right? So when
Yes.
someone asks you what is an air, air is nothing but the mixture of gases. What is air?
The mixture of gases.
Mixture of gases. That's it.
Yes.
Air everywhere, right? So it is a
Yes.
mixture of gases. It is present all around us, everything, everywhere. Can you just imagine any place in this whole world where there is no air?
Space.
Space is not in the earth, right?
There's the whole world is covered with air.
The whole world is covered with air. Even if you dive in the sea or ocean, there is air. Even if you
Yes.
take a dig or replace the sun, there is air. So air is, as I have told you, it is everywhere, all around us. We all are covered with air, right? So of course, since we are talking about air, it has certain properties, right? It has certain properties, and let's discuss about the properties of air. The very first property of air is air takes up
Takes up
space.
space. Yes.
Don't do you think? Okay, Sanvi, do you know what is matter? Have you ever heard about this matter?
Anything that has weight, anything that has weight and occupies space is called matter.
Do you think air is a matter or not?
Air is matter.
Air
Yes.
is a matter. So definitely, if it is a matter, it must occupy some space.
Yes.
It is showing the same property as the matter, right?
Yes.
So it is not something different. No.
Mhm.
So air occupies a space. If I ask you, like, Sanvi, can you prove it using any experiment?
Yes.
How you can prove that?
So you take
Balloon.
like one fulcrum, and then
Okay.
take there you take a deflated balloon and an inflated balloon on the other side. You'll see the inflated balloon is heavier because air has mass, it occupies space.
Very good. So that was a super correct experiment and like example. Like whenever we blow inside the balloon, balloon expands, right? It means the air is occupying a space inside the balloon, right?
Mhm.
So air does has a space. Air has mass, right? We can do the same thing. Take a balance, tie the two balloons here, tie the deflated balloon, and here tie the inflated balloon. What do you think? Out of 1 and 2, which will be the heavier? Which one will be the heavier?
Two.
Yes, of course, because here is only balloon, while here is balloon plus air,
Mhm.
right? So it means air has certain mass. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sanvi, again, I'm having a question. What do you mean by the term mass?
Mass means the weight. It's the same thing as weight. It's a synonym of
It is
weight.
not, no. It is not the synonym of weight. That is like a myth. Okay. Mass is the amount of particles present
Amount,
in any
yes.
matter.
Yes.
Okay. What is mass? Mass is the amount of particles present in any
Air.
matter. So whatever amount of particles present in you is your mass.
Yes.
Then what is weight?
What is weight?
Mass plus
Mass
gravity
plus gravity. Yes, it's called weight.
is called weight. Okay. So yeah. Now here it is tasteless and odorless, of course. That I think anyone can say. Even if I
Yes.
ask you, Sanvi, come on, let's eat the hopper, but we can't taste it any.
No.
It is tasteless. Therefore we are not eating it. Otherwise, half of the air will be like vanished if it is tasty, right?
Yes.
And of course, it is odorless. There is no smell in the air,
Yes.
right? Air is affected by heat. Does the air affected by heat?
Yes.
How do you think the air affects heat? Air is affected by heat.
Air is affected by heat. When the rays of the sun comes towards like in contact with the air mixes with the um particles of the rays mixes with the particles of the air, which makes the air more heavier, and we can like feel it's affected by heat.
Okay. That was a good try, Sanvi, indeed. Okay, Sanvi, let me ask you, like, if you have like seen the lighted candle, a lit candle, right?
Yes.
The smoke coming out of the candle, it always moves upward,
Yes.
right? Same thing whenever we boil the water, the steam coming out from the water, it also moves upward.
Yeah.
Why do you think they are moving upward and they're not going downward?
Because mm,
Okay, according to
air
you, what things? Okay, just Sanvi, let me interrupt you. What, according to you, can move up? The heavier things or the light things?
like things.
The lighter things move up while the heavier they settle down, isn't it?
Yes.
So if the air is moving up, the hot air is moving up, it means the hot air is lighter than the cold air, isn't it?
Yes.
So remember how the air is affected by the heat. Heat lighten up or heat reduces the weight, not mass. Mass can never be altered, okay, can never be changed. Okay, and hence the things can move up. It become lighter and it moves up. Remember,
Hmm.
okay? Heavy, the hot things move up because they are lighter. Okay, hot air is lighter, therefore it moves up. Therefore, we can write in the hot air balloon. Have you ever heard about cold air balloon?
No.
No, there is no cold air balloon. There is always hot air balloon, right? If it cooled,
That's
it
why it
settled
rises
down.
up.
Yes,
That's why it
there.
rises.
Well, that's why it rises up because it is hot and it is lighter. The air
Mm.
is lighter inside it. Now, air exerts pressure.
Yes, air does exert pressure.
Okay, can we explain it using an experiment?
Yes. Suppose you an empty can.
Hmm.
Um, you you crush it. That means it exerts pressure. And also, I think this is one. So you take a bucket of water, and then a bowl, and then a
Okay,
bowl, and then dip the bowl inside. It exerts up.
upward
It
pressure.
yes.
Yeah. See,
Well,
the both of them are like super examples. See, in the crushed balloon, in the crushed bottle example, what we do, I just take out the cap. Okay,
yes,
when you take out the cap, it become very easy to crush the bottle.
yes,
But can you crush the bottle with the cap?
yeah, no.
No. Why? Because the air. We already know that air is present everywhere. So this balloon is also filled with air, isn't it? So
Yes,
the air, and not only air, in fact, water also. Okay, whatever fluid, air and water both are fluid, right? So they put pressure on the wall of the container wherever they are filled. So air keep on pushing the wall of the container in case they can escape. Okay. So in this way, they put pressure on the walls of the container. If you take out the cap, what happens if I crush the bottle? Air can escape easily because there is a gap, there is a hole. Okay, while when we put the cap over over this bottle, and now if I want to crush it, super impossible for me and for everyone, because air is exerting pressure and doesn't allow the bottle to get crushed. Hmm?
Yes.
Okay, air can be compressed. Now here
Yes.
is like,
Gases
yes,
can be compressed.
air can be compressed. Okay, very good that you know that. Okay, so Sanvi, like the mountaineers, they do carry oxygen cylinder with them whenever they go high on the mountain, right?
Mhm.
What, according to you, is the form of oxygen present in the cylinder? Is it in the form of gas or is it in the form of liquid?
It's in the form of liquid.
The science starts with Y and ends with Y, right?
Sorry, you were stuck in between. Can you repeat it?
I got stuck in between. I'm asking that why the cylinder the mountaineers carry is having liquefied oxygen and not air, not in the form of gas.
Yeah, because it has to be compressed to make it gas. If it's gas, it can um
We can carry more amount of air, right?
yes,
When it is
mm,
liquid, we can carry more amount of
carry
gas,
more amount. Yes.
right? And it is in gas form, we have to carry little one. Might be like the air get finished or vanished, even the half mountain. Then I have to come down, fill my container again, and then again, like all the time, I keep on doing the same. Okay. So here it come, like we know there is a gap between the particles of the air, right?
Yes. Particles of the air, which are called um
Gas, intermolecular space.
intermolecular spaces.
What we call
Intermolecular spaces.
intermolecular
Molecular spaces.
space. So of course there
Um,
is a space between the particles of the gas or of any gas. But when
and
we
like
compress it, like let me put a piston here. If I put a piston and try to compress it, what will happen, Sanvi?
if I put a what?
I take a piston, you know, piston as this shape structure, and try to pressurize the air, put pressure on the air. What do you think? What will happen?
The air will try to escape and
But if
it will like
suppose
no, it
it's
will be
airtight,
in the form of liquid. The what do you call the intermolecular spaces will like come close to
reduce.
reduce, and then it will come in the form of liquid.
Very good. The intermolecular space will reduce, and the intermolecular space is the big game changer in the matter, right? If we increase the intermolecular space, the one matter changes into another, right?
Mhm.
If we reduces the intermolecular space, one matter changes into another. If I want to change the gas into liquid or liquid into solid, I have to reduce the intermolecular space. While if I want to convert the solid into liquid and liquid into gas, I have to keep on increasing the intermolecular space, right?
Yeah.
So here I want to convert gas into liquid, so I have to decrease the intermolecular space. In that case, I have to pressurize the air. If I
Yes.
pressurize the air, the molecules of the gas, they try to come close to each other, right? And hence they will liquefy. Okay,
Bye.
so air can be compressed. Air is affected by altitude. Is it
Ah,
so?
yes.
How?
I don't know about this one. I'm not sure about this one. Air is affected by altitude.
Like you might have seen, or you might have heard at least, that whenever the mountaineers go on the mountain, climb on the mountain, they used to carry oxygen cylinder with them,
Yes.
right? Why do you think they are carrying oxygen cylinder?
To like breathe easily because in the upper part of the mountains are what uh
Okay, away from the earth, we
yeah,
can say.
mountains are really high, so it's away from the earth and into space sometimes, so space doesn't have any air. Um, so they
Okay,
carry oxygen cylinders.
okay, great, bacha. It's a great try. Okay, Sanvi. So let's find out why the mountaineers carry oxygen with them. See, you know what is gravity?
Gravity, yes.
What is gravity or gravitational
Uh,
force?
yes, gravitational force. Gravitational force because gravitational force is the force exerted pulled by Earth to make things closer to the Earth, so it stays down because
Surface of the Earth.
the Earth pulls the
It's okay.
objects.
Let me like conclude what you're trying to say, Sanvi. That was like a good effort again. Okay. So first of all, Sanvi, we should know how to define the answer. Okay. Indeed, your answer was correct, but you should know how to put it in the words, right? So gravitational force is the force of attraction by which Earth pulls every object back on its surface. Right, bacha? This is what you're trying to say?
Yes,
Very good. Okay. So as you know, as you have just told me that mountain is high,
yes,
right? So Sanvi, if mountain is high, they are not in this space. We can't go in this space by using any landscape. Okay. So remember, like I can't go on the moon by making a big mountain. Can I do that?
no,
It will be super excited, but definitely I can't do that. Right? Now here, uh, see, this is our Earth, and our Earth keeps on pulling all the things toward it, right?
yes,
It is gravity. Okay, Sanvi. Now, because of the gravitational pull, Earth used to keep the air near to its surface. Again, because of the gravity, Earth keeps the air near close to its surface. But
yes,
as we move away from the Earth's surface, the air become thin. The layer of the air become thinner.
yes,
Okay, so air which is present close to the surface of Earth is quite denser. Okay, and air which is away from the Earth's surface or above the Earth's surface is thinner. Okay, bacha. Now, therefore, the mountaineer they used to carry oxygen cylinder because as they move high. Now, I am going to make a very weird mountaineer. Don't laugh at it. Okay. Now, as this mountaineer going to move high on the mountain, the air is very thin,
yes,
and as the air is thin, of course, oxygen is going to be thin as well, right? So this mountaineer will have breathing problem because of the less oxygen. Okay, so why air is affected by the altitude? How air is affected by the altitude? Tell me, Sanvi, how you can conclude. I have concluded
air
your
is
answer, you are going to conclude my answer now.
so how air is affected by altitude. Um, because like, should I explain?
Tell me what we have learned right in this about this line.
Um, Mountaineers use oxygen cylinders as they climb mountains because the Earth pulls all matter towards itself. So air is also known as a matter. So
Mhm.
as you rise higher and higher away from the Earth, the layers of the air gets thinner and thinner. So as mountaineers reach higher, the the air becomes thinner, and usually they need oxygen.
Good, that was such a nice explanation, Sanvi. Okay, so
Thank you.
made up of the many gases. So air is not just made up of oxygen, definitely, right?
Yes.
Air is a mixture of gases, like as I have told you earlier. Air is a mixture of gases, so it don't have only oxygen, while it has many other gases, right? Do you know
Yes.
what are the different gases present in the air?
Yes.
What are
I
they?
know them. There's carbon dioxide, oxygen,
You can see here.
nitrogen. Yeah, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and
And other
other.
gases, mostly argon, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right. So air is a mixture of gases. So it has different type of gases present in the air. The most amount is of nitrogen, which is 78%. Then comes the oxygen, which is only 21%.
21.
Then comes the carbon dioxide, which is 0.4%. 0.04%. Okay, Sanvi, I'm having a doubt, like a question. Like, if oxygen is so important, we used to breathe using the oxygen. Why it is only 21% and nitrogen is 78%?
Because nitrogen helps the um,
Because nitrogen helps to stable stabilize the
stabilize,
atmosphere, right? It keeps the
stabilize.
atmosphere stable, right? And what
Yes.
about oxygen? Oxygen supports burning.
Mhm.
And if there is lots of oxygen, there will be lots of burning. But thanks to nitrogen, like everything is not getting burned because of oxygen, right? Now here, essential for survival of breathing. So we all know that all the air is having oxygen in it, right? Which is very important, very important for the survival of all the living organisms, either they are animal, plant, insect, bacteria, or any living creature on the earth. We all need oxygen to breathe. Okay,
Yes.
therefore atmosphere or the air plays a very important role for the survival of the organisms and of course for breathing. Do you think plants also breathe?
Yes. They
Yeah.
know they yes, they breathe in um because us animals and humans, they breathe in air. Plants also breathe in air, but we breathe in oxygen and let go carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is um inhaled by uh, uh, plants, and then they give out oxygen for us to breathe.
So that is called photosynthesis, right?
Photosynthesis, yes.
Photosynthesis is a process by which plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen to cook food.
Photo, photo means light, and synthesis means putting together, right?
Synthesis means to make,
To make.
right?
The process by which that
Plants
you
make.
yeah, plants make oxygen is called photosynthesis.
Yes.
Photosynthesis.
So it is like a different process, photosynthesis. Sanvi, if I ask you, like, Sanvi, do you breathe? Then what you will say?
Yes.
And if I say, Sanvi, do you digest food? Then what you will say?
Yes.
So Sanvi is doing two, in fact, Sanvi is doing many processes together, right?
Yes.
So same the plants. Plants are also doing many processes together. They are doing photosynthesis, and in the and while doing the photosynthesis, they are releasing oxygen, right? While
Mm,
when they do breathing, when they do breathing, while breathing, they release carbon dioxide just like you and me.
yes.
Okay, so never get confused that plants take carbon dioxide and release oxygen while doing breathing. No, that's a different process. It's like a photosynthesis. Like our digestion is different and breathing is different. Similarly, in plants, breathing is different and photosynthesis is a very different process, right? While doing breathing, they are releasing carbon dioxide, and while doing photosynthesis, they are releasing oxygen. Now, here is the last thing, and after that, we will bind up the session. Okay, it will take on not more than 1 minute. Helps in burning. So we all know that oxygen does helps in burning. If I take a lit candle and cover it with an inverted jar, do you think it will keep on burning?
No.
No, right? It will burn only up to the only the amount of oxygen present in it. As the oxygen is depleted, candle will put off, right?
Mhm.
So oxygen does helps in burning. Okay, so Sanvi, I'm going to bind up because like my team has told me don't exceed the session after 9:30, and I'm good in exceeding the sessions. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed the session, right? And I hope we will meet soon. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Do take care. Good night.
Good night.